should be a mute button.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, right there. So if you want to mute, now they can hear you. Are you commentating?
Yeah, I guess so, yep. All right, we have Noble, Judd, and Young up front. We got Crossway and Burns on the back end. Noble on the draw. Crossway gains the line. Leads for Judd. Judd with a shot attempt that was blocked and out of play. Noble on the draw. Puts it back to Burns. Burns dumps it down low. Judd behind the net. Gets pinned on the boards. Throws it out front. Patrick in. Regains the loose puck. Judd with a shot. That was blocked. Burns with it. That's over to Crossway. Crossway tries to dump it up the boards. It's intercepted. Burns behind the net. Up to Young. Young's gonna skate with it here. Moves it up to Noble. McLean. Billard on the puck. McLean dumps it in. Feel bad. Gilbert throws it out to center. McLean behind the net. Goes up to Billard. Gauchi on pursuit. Back in. McLean with it. Looking for an option. Gets it up to Gauchi. Gauchi with a nice shot on goal there. McLean back to retrieve. Loses the handle on it. Peugeot behind the net. Billard throws it up to Marshfield. That was a nice pass. Gilbert makes a move. Wiersbicky throws it in front. Wiersbicky dumps it down low. Marsh. Feel like a few guys changed their numbers here. You got Marshfield, Holden up front. Wiersbicky and shot wide of the goal there. Let's go, boys, get it together. Marshfield with it. Couldn't get it in. Larsh intercepts it. Markowicz behind the goal. Throws it around. Larsh moves it up to Daniel. Daniel drops it off to Judd. Burns. O'Kane out there. Rowan with the stop. We got McCann in goal. We got Noble, Judd, and O'Kane up front. Burns and Crossway on the back end. Noble on the draw. Face-off win there. Judd moves it up to O'Kane. Shot on goal there. Tricky bounce. O'Kane leaves it for Noble. Noble gains the zone. Noble throws it around to Judd. Judd gets pinned on the boards. Judd. O'Kane on it. Crossway keeps it in, dumps it down low, takes the hit. Judd tries to throw it out front, fanned on it. Burns with a shot. Oh no, that was O'Kane. That was wide. Crossway. Keep it deep, deep. We got one ref out here today. I'm just noticing that now. That shot was wide. Judd throws it up to Billard. Billard on it. Billard, Gauchi, and Gilbert up front. Andy sends it up to Gilbert. Gilbert dumps it in. Gilbert throws it out front. Goalie covers. Wiersbicki and Markowicz on the back end. Gauchi on the draw. Gilbert behind the goal. Throws it over to Billard. Billard to Gauchi. Good cycle down low. Shot on goal by Gilbert. Oh! And loose puck out in front, and Gauchi couldn't get a handle on it. Goalie covers up.
How are you?
Gauchi on the draw. Markowicz keeps it in. There's a shot that was blocked. Keeps it in again. And that should be ice. Oh, we do have two officials. Couldn't see the other one. Two-man system this morning. Marshfield face-off win. Down low to Holden. Holden looking for an option. Oh, good stop by Wiersbicki there, mid-air. Holden on the chase. Wiersbicki dumps it in. Good interception. He's on the chase now. One shot, two shots by Wiersbicki, then he gets dumped. Burns. No, Larsh up to Marshfield. Marshfield takes a shot. In and out of the goalie's glove. Marshfield on it again. Oh, don't do any flybys, boy. The shot was wide of the goal. That shot was blocked. Holden down, not up the middle, boys. Holden gets it out. Good job. Shot on just wide of the goal by Young. Judd. Young. Judd blocked that. Young on it in the corner. Burns Back to retrieve. Young dumps it in deep. Young keeps that in. Noble on it. Young throws it behind the goal to Noble. Noble attempts to center. Good job by Crossway. He picks up the loose puck here. Gonna go for a skate. A little bit of a good shot on goal there. Another shot on goal. This line seems to be theirs. Good stop by McCann there. That shot was blocked by Peugeot. Crossway's got to move the puck here. There we go. Up to Judd. A bit of an interference there.
Too many men?
No, not too many. No, we're good. Couch sends it up to Gilbert. Gilbert. Oh, off the post. Gilbert sends it down low. Gauchi on the chase. McLean. Billard. Oh, Gilbert just missed the open cage there. Just went under his stick. McLean. And we got an icing call. 4:14 left in the first period. 0-0 is the score. Gauchi, Billard, Gilbert up front. Markowicz and Wierzbicki on the back end. Face-off win for Gauch. Oh, fan on it here, but Billard up to Gilbert. Gilbert makes the move at the line. Almost got through. Gauchi sends it back to Markowicz. Markowicz over to Wierzbicki. Wierzbicki dumps it. Markowicz throws it back in, on goal. This is the same goalie this team had last year. Billard. Markowicz leaves it for Wierzbicki. Wierzbicki up to Billard. Billard. Gilbert with it, centered. Oh, tried to make a nice move there. Off the defender's skate. Marshfield overskates the puck. Larsh on it. No ice there. Burns behind the goal. Up to Marshfield. Marshfield. O'Kane. Daniel with it. Gonna go for a Rowan with a stop. Sends it up to O'Kane. O'Kane with it, dumps it in. Marshfield in the corner. O'Kane needs some help. He gets pinned. Marshfield intercepts that. Dumps it in. Absorbs the hit. O'Kane on the chase here. And Rowan's going to cover that. 1:54 left in the first. Pretty evenly matched teams. Noble on the draw. Oh, just fanned on that. Judd tries to send it to Noble. Noble gets in the corner. Judd. Young shot on goal, and the goalie's going to cover the rebound.
Did you watch all of the baseball game last night?
No,
I think it was 16th inning.
16. I stopped too.
passed out.
Yeah, I stopped at 16.
Yeah. I wasn't
Noble
surprised
face-off
when it happened
win.
then.
McLean with a shot that was blocked. Noble dumps it in. Young. Noble in the corner. Young comes up with it. Takes a shot on goal. Loose puck. Noble. Judd tries a shot. That goes wide. Shot on goal. No one deflects that with his blocker. Noble over to Judd in the corner. Judd throws it up to the point. Judd with it. He's got some time here. Makes a move in the corner with it. Centers just wide of Jackie. Young over to McLean. McLean shot on goal.
Skate away. Skate away.
38 seconds left in the first. 0-0 is the score. Gauchi, Billard, Gilbert up front, Markowicz, and Wierzbicki on the back end. Oh, Billard reams it off the post. Great opportunity there. Gauchi with it. Tries to make a move, loses the puck. Markowicz. And that's the end of the period. Zero is the score.
I was glad that I didn't know how they did it in the draft.
Yeah. Gauchi on the draw. Gilbert sends it down low. Markowicz steps up. Gilbert with it. Tries to feed. Gilbert on the puck. Markowicz tries to get it up. Gets intercepted. And we got a goal. No one was watching the back door. Back door was wide open. One nothing St. Joe's. Marshfield on the draw. Holden sends it in. Burns on it. Sends it up to O'Kane. O'Kane up to Marshfield. Marshfield. O'Kane keeps it in. That one off the skate. Holden doing his best to keep it in. O'Kane on it. Marshfield now chasing down. Holden in the corner. Burns keeps that in. Good job. Holden gets poke check. Comes all the way down. Daniel over to Burns. Burns, nice pass to Holden. Holden over to Judd. Holden tries to feed, Judd tries to feed Holden. Judd with it, keeps it in, throws it in the corner. Noble, Young in the corner, gets pinned. Daniel with it to Judd, to Noble. Noble leaves it for Young. Daniel keeps that in over to Noble. Noble's shot was stopped. Oh, no interference there. We're lucky. Peugeot made a nice move, sent it to the point. Shot on goal there. Another stop by Rowe. Shot was wide of the goal. Running around a bit here. Let's go, boys. Somebody's got to get on it. Judd, that's blocked. Noble tries to feed Judd, just missed. Fed him on the wrong side. Nice try though. Gauchi on the draw. Peugeot sends that behind. McLean. That shot was wide. McLean sends it around to Billard. Just out of reach. No ice here. Or no, that's Gilbert. Sorry, Gilbert sends it to Gauchi. Oh, and Billard blocked the shot by Gauchi. He had a great opportunity there. He was going blocker side. Gilbert sends it low. Billard on it. Peugeot pinches. Gauchi sends it. McLean. That gets intercepted. That was deflected over the goal. Gilbert up to Billard. Billard. McLean. Peugeot. Peugeot sends it down low. Marshfield sends it behind the goal. Larsh on it. Holden. Marshfield sends that down. Holden on it. Larsh lays the body. Wiersbicky keeps that in. Marshfield over to Markowicz. Markowicz centers. Markowicz with it back. And the goalie covers that. Good pressure here by this line. Got a whole rookie group here on. Marshfield on the draw. Face-off win. Markowicz. Shot on goal. Oh, the goalie went in and out of the goalie's glove. Almost dropped in behind for a goal. Larsh sends it down low. Marshfield. Holden. Wiersbicky pinches. We got a 2-on-1 now. We're lucky that was wide. Wiersbicky in the corner. Good block by Markowicz. Holden. Tried to feed Larsh. Marshfield. Get it low, boys. Need a change here. Markowicz in the corner. Sends it over to Judd. Judd dumps it in. Judd. Daniel's shot was blocked. Shot was stopped. Got fanned on it. Here we go. Oh, Gilbert. Oh no, that's Max O'Kane. Tries to send it up to Judd. Good stop by Burns. Seem to be out of gas here. Good poke check by Burns. Watch front. Good stop by Rowan. Another stop by Rowan. Great glove save by Rowe. He had the whole cage there. Intercepted by Daniel. Daniel's going to gain the line. Makes a move. Judd sends it to Noble. Judd on it. And St. Joe's is going to ice that. One nothing St. Joe's. 6:50 left in the second. And St. Joe's is swapping goalies. Gauchi on the draw. Peugeot. Up to Billard. Nice pass. Gauchi. Tried a toe drag. Just lost the handle. Billard. Gilbert. Gilbert shot on goal. That was the goalie. That was the goal. Gauchi on the draw. Peugeot in the corner with Gouch. Gilbert on the chase. McLean. Over to Peugeot. Peugeot up to Gilbert. Gilbert leaves it for Gouch. Gouch in the corner. Nice play. Just couldn't get a handle on it. Peugeot with the poke check. Gilbert in there helping out. And Gouch. Gilbert's in Gilbert's feet. Gilbert dives to get it out. Gilbert gets it out. Gilbert on the chase. Lurch sends it down low. Gilbert in there. Lurch leaves the body. McLean pinches, keeps that in. Holden on the chase. Stop by Rowan. Marshfield. That was blocked. Good stop by Lurch. Marshfield on the draw. Holden. Holden on it. Wiersbicky goes behind the goal. Reverses up to Holden. Holden sends it to Marshfield. And Rowan's going to stop it there. Noble on the draw. Wiersbicky. That shot was over the goal. Judd. Tries to send a little bit of interference there. It should have been a penalty on Noble. Wiersbicky pinches, keeps that in. Send that down for an icing. 1-0 St. Joe's. 3:58 left in the second period. This St. Joe's team beat us twice last year. Silver medal. Winning team at offset. Noble on the draw. Wins it back to Burns. Burns dumps it behind the goal. Young on it. Young over to Judd. Judd tries to center, goes off the back of the net. Burns sends it out to Noble. Noble, and we got a goal. Noble, I think Judd tipped that. Yeah, Judd did tip it. Noble
From 3.
and Burns. Judd from Noble and Burns. And we're all tied up, 1-1. You're my color man. You're gonna step in. Darren Gauchi's color man. He's gonna join us in the third. Noble on the draw. Daniel gains his own, looks for an option, tries to get over to Judd. Fans on the pass. Burns in the corner. Offside. Delayed off. Young. Send it to Burns. Burns looks for an option. Oh, he almost Noble at the line.
Nice, nice.
Oh, lay him out.
Fucking take the man. Jesus.
Noble sends it behind the goal to St. Joe's player. Judd picks up the loose puck, gaining steam here and throughout the neutral zone. Fires a shot on goal, just wide.
Oh, is that your stick?
And we're getting a tripping call there. Daniel tripped him up. First power play of the game. St. Joe's is going to go on the power play. We got Gauchi, Billard, McLean, and Peugeot. Defending. Gauchi on the draw. McLean goes behind the goal, tries to Billard at the top here. Shot on goal. Rowan's going to freeze that. Gauchi. McLean behind the goal. He's fighting for it all alone. Gauchi at the top here. Oh, just off the outside of the post there. Oh, we got a scramble in there. Went off the post. And the St. Joe's player fan on the open net. That was guaranteed a goal there. We got super lucky.
Take the man!
Gauchi. McLean gets knocked down. This group's been out there for the whole minute 30 so far. Gauchi.
No!
Come on, we got to make sure, guys. Rowan into Rowan's chest and out. Good block by Peugeot. Peugeot tries to get it out. St. Joe sends it around. And the penalty's over, even. Good stop by Rowe. Got the left pad down. Guys are gassed. And that shot was blocked. McLean still out there. Can't get a change. There we go. Gilbert. Let's go. Gilbert makes a move. Sends it in the corner. And that's the end of the second period. I don't think there's a flood. Well, there is a flood. Because I got to do the stats off the game after.
Hey, why do we want to show
Okay, start of the third period. We've got 15 minutes on the clock. Marshfield, Gilbert, and O'Kane up front. Here's Bicky and Markowitz on the back end. Marshfield dumps it in. Markowitz keeps that in. O'Kane on it. Marshfield. Wiersbicky leaves it for Markowitz. Markowitz sends it up to O'Kane. O'Kane. Marshfield sends that down low. Wiersbicky sends that up to Gilbert. Gilbert loses the handle on it. O'Kane sends that down low on the chase. Gilbert on goal. The goalie's chest covers for a whistle. Burns. Crossweight on the back end. Judd, Noble, and Young up front. Noble on the draw. Judd chasing. Noble sends it over to Young. Crossweight picks up the loose puck. Fires a shot over the goal. Bounced it in front. Noble with a shot. That was blocked. Noble with another shot. Blocked. Judd looking for an option. Sends it over to Noble. Crossweight hits his man, picks up the loose puck over to Judd. Judd, Noble back to Judd. Judd with a shot on goal. Judd. We got a penalty. Power play at St. Charles. We got Gauchi, Billard, Gilbert up front. And we got Daniel and Marshfield on the back end. Daniel over to Marshfield. Daniel takes a shot. Goalie scoops that up with his glove. Gauchi on the draw. Wins it back to Marshfield. Marshfield to Daniel. Daniel's looking for an option. That shot was blocked. And that went off Marshfield. Shin pad. Gauchi sends it over to Marshfield. Marshfield back to Daniel. Start the breakout. Over to Gauchi. Gauchi's going to carry the puck over the line. Looking for an option here. It's going to set it up to Daniel. Daniel back to Gauchi. Gauchi. And he fires it home. Power play goal for Carson Gauchi from Daniel. 2-1. St. Charles.
Your guys, that's all they do. They go out and they shoot the puck on them. Instead of trying to stick handle in the corner. And
So simple.
it is. Well, you guys.
We don't like simple.
Marshfield on the draw.
No, that's right.
Holden
It's better when you work harder.
gains the line. He gets pushed off the puck. St. Joe's comes back the other way. Gains the line. McLean rubs his man out in the corner. Holden's got time here. Sends it up to Lurch. Lurch over to Marshfield. Marshfield gets a shot on goal. Peugeot and McLean. Oh, St. Joe's player just hit that over the goal row and punches that out. Marshfield gain the line and dump it in. Good job. Judd gains the line, takes a shot. That was blocked. Throws it out in front, and he scores off the goalie's backside. Unassisted. That was Judd, Noble, and Young out there on the front, and Peugeot and McLean on the back end. 3-1 SCC. Noble on the draw. Young picks up the loose puck. St. Joe's going to pick it up at center, dump it in. McCann's going to lay it up for St. Joe's player. And there's a shot on goal there. McLean. Judd lays it off the boards out to center. McLean sends it up to Noble. Noble up to Judd. Noble gonna skate with it here. He dumps it in on goal. Shot on goal for Noble. Billard with Gauchi and Gilbert up front. Wierzbicki over to Markowicz. Markowicz over to Billard. Gilbert and Gauchi on the chase. That went over Billard's stick. Gilbert lays a nice hit there. Billard in the corner. That hops over Markowicz's stick all the way down. And they're going to call an icing here. 9:44 left in the third period. 3-1 SCC. And if you're just joining us, we're playing St. Joe's from Renfrew, last year's silver medalist at OFSA. Billard on the puck in the corner. And Gauchi helping out. Gauchi gets the puck loose to Billard. Billard tries to feed Gilbert, just out of reach. Coming back the other way. Markowicz picks up the loose puck. Sends it back to Wierzbicki. Wierzbicki all the way up to Gilbert. Nice pass. Gilbert shot on goal. Markowicz. And we got a turnover. And Rowan stops that. We're fumbling the puck everywhere here. And Markowicz sends it deep. Gilbert in the corner. He gets knocked down. Burns. Wierzbicki. He gets stripped of the puck. Sent up to Lurch. Wierzbicki behind the goal, just out of reach. Burns picks it up. Burns over to Wierzbicki. Wierzbicki up to Holden, just out of reach. Burns over to Daniel. Daniel makes a move. 3 moves. Just couldn't make the last one. Daniel. And he fires it home. Nice shot by Daniel. Great shot. It's the Marshfield line. It's out there with Marshfield, Holden, and Lurch. Daniel and Burns on the back end for that goal. 4-1 SCC. Marshfield gains it at center, drops it for Holden. Holden fires a shot just over the goal. Daniel tries to keep it in. That shot was blocked. And Holden runs over a player. Great hit. Blocks the shot. Comes up with the puck. Marshfield tips it up to Lurch. Lurch sends it over to Holden. And the St. Joe's player just tipped that out of reach. Holden avoids the hit. Getting a little physical now. Daniel keeps that in with his glove. Makes a move. Judd avoids a hit. Off the goalie's shaft. Great shot by Daniel. Feed from Judd. Daniel just fired off the goalie's shaft and out of play. 6:58 left in the third. Just so you know, the next game's at noon. They moved the game up to noon. They were playing at noon. That was Noble on the draw. Shot by Peugeot was blocked. McLean keeps that in. Peugeot sends it wide to Judd. Judd to Noble. Noble's going to circle. Feeds Judd up the line. McLean dumps that in. Delayed offside. Peugeot over to McLean. McLean reverses that to Max O'Kane. O'Kane in the corner. McLean just dumped his player. Peugeot intercepts up to Judd. Judd shot on goal. Noble. McLean sends it back the other way. Judd lifts the stick, takes the puck. Noble on the chase. McCann's going to stop that for Peugeot. Peugeot is going to send that up to Billard. Gilbert picks up the puck, send it to Gauchi. Billard. Billard to Markowicz. Markowicz to Wierzbicki. Wierzbicki reverses the other way. Billard. Gilbert dumps that down low. Gauchi in the corner with Billard. Billard tips it loose. Gilbert in the corner. Send it back to Billard. Billard reverses. Gets intercepted. Markowicz. Gauchi's going to pick up the loose puck. Gilbert in the corner. Pushes the puck. Markowicz intercepts along the wall. Circling, looking for an option. Sends it down low to Gilbert. Just out of reach, Lurch in the corner. Holden intercepts, lays the body. Wierzbicki over to Markowicz. Markowicz looking for an option. Sends it up to Lurch. Lurch is going to dump it down low. St. Joe's breaks out the other way. Daniel tips that into the corner. Lurch. Up to Marshfield. Marshfield makes a move. Holden sends it out to Daniel. Daniel's shot was blocked. Oh, Marshfield had the top corner and blew it over the net. Nice try. Daniel with a nice poke check. That went off Marshfield's skate. Daniel picks up the loose puck. And Holden went offside. I think as he lifted his leg, he dragged his leg but lifted it, so that made him go offside. If he would have kept it on the ice, it would have been fine. 4-1 is the score for SCC. Noble on the draw. Crossway picks up the puck, sends it over to Burns. Burns to Daniel. Daniel sends it up the wall to Young, just off his out of reach. Daniel on Judd now. Makes a move, sends it up to Noble. Noble back to Judd. Judd shot on goal and stopped. Noble on the draw, sends it down low. Judd looking for an option, he's all by himself. Noble sends a loose puck down low, and it comes out back to center. Noble gonna go for a skate, sends it down low. Judd on the chase. Daniel to Judd. Judd sends it out to center, nobody home. Burns tips it to Noble. Patrick's, oh, 2 stops. Patrick tipped it on goal and Judd had a rebound and stuffed it into the goalie. 2 great stops by the goalie. Gauchi on the draw. Billard in the corner, fires a shot over the goal. Peugeot gets tangled with the ref. Shot on goal. Shot was over the net. Gilbert's on the chase, lays the body. Gauchi send it up to center, leans the line. Shot was wide of the goal, went off the side of the net. Peugeot over to McLean. McLean up to Billard. Billard to Gauchi. Nice. Gauchi up to Gilbert. Gilbert gets squashed by 2 St. Joe's players. McLean. Oh, Billard tried to feed Gauchi, just out of reach. Peugeot, last man back. Over to Billard, just out of reach. SCC's going for a line change. Lurch. Two players hit the St. Joe's players and Gilbert went down. And that's the game. 4-1 win for SCC against St. Joe's. Next game is at noon. They moved the game up to noon. I guess so we can get back to watch the Jays game.
I don't know if they're taking them for food and coming back. There's not much time.
We'll see you guys at 12 noon.